this morning I just went for breakfast, and Shahid Afridi and everybody moving around. I feel very awkward, and I was just okay, and I know these friends, and I said no to them, and they have been coming to say, "What's wrong with you?" So then I said no, because I suddenly feel that that kind of thing which I can control, I can do that. But if I have to play, I'll play. But if I feel a rage against the whole concept of your nation or you, even if you're my friend, I feel awkward.
Atul, thank you very much for joining us on our podcast, Tea, Toast and Sports. Well, today we are going to talk about what is happening on the India-Pakistan front. We, of course, know the Asia Cup match has been decided, but in the world champion for the legends, Indians have pulled off. They are not going to play the semi-final against Pakistan. First up, give us your reaction to the Indian legends pulling out.
I'm here in Birmingham, and I'm very disappointed. Actually, we were all prepared to go to the ground in the morning, but now we've been told that Indian team has again refused to play as they did in the league phase. I've got mixed feelings about it. I can understand the kind of position the players have taken. It's somewhat justified. And I hear all this noise emanating from India about the anger people have got with the Asia Cup schedule coming out. But I have got a mature, pragmatic side to me as well. I feel that if you stop something, when do you start again? There's a line in the sand. If you keep on doing things and you wait for things to get better, it is not going to get better. Eventually, it's dawned on me that this is a 75-year-old war. It's going to go on, and we had, it's not that we had wars in between the intermittent peace. We had intermittent peace between these wars with Pakistan, and it's not going to get better. So if you stop and have a complete catharsis, when do you start again? And if you do that, then you have to follow it to the T. You can't just, put the full stops and not put the all punctuations, because then what about India, Neeraj Chopra throwing the javelin against the Pakistani guy in the Olympics, what happens there? So, where do we stop? And if somewhat, I feel also burdened by this extra expectation of cricket by the people, because it's optics. And they say if we start playing cricket, things are okay. And if we stop playing cricket, things are bad. It's not such, because we've still got to go to these multi-nation meetings where our diplomats will meet them. And I have got full trust in the mandate I've given to my Supreme Chief, the Prime Minister of India. And he knows better. If they have allowed the Indian Pakistani hockey team to come to India, who am I to decide? I will just back him because he knows more than me. And people have to understand that. And by just showing these hyperbole of jingoistic patriotism, I am against that. So I hoped that Indian players can see beyond it and see beyond their followers on Instagram and the kind of, all that rhetoric which is coming out and look beyond it. But to expect maturity from these young boys is wishful thinking.
Atul, we will come back to the conversation about the Indian cricket team. But, first up, let me also talk a little bit about, talents like you who are already in Birmingham, ready to commentate perhaps in the World Champions League. How are people like you really being affected by this cancellation? Do you go on to commentate in the next match? Is an ecosystem being hurt by such abrupt cancellations?
Yeah, very good question. I think no, it doesn't affect me, and I am the one that I call a spade a shovel. I would have told them because it's a point of India's thing. And if we have agreed to play, we have agreed to come to England and to play in this multi-nation World Championship of Legends, then you knew that this was going to happen. It is not fair on the organizers also that you come here and suddenly decide that we're not going to play. This is if they would have said that if India Pakistan will not play, then it was fine. But you came here, signed the contracts, took the money. So forget about me. I'm okay because I will do commentate because I'm a professional, But what about the organizers? They have just, this is a huge project. This is not a Mickey Mouse gig, and all the countries, South Africa, Australia is here, and all the countries are here. So I think it's a somewhat egg on the face of the organizers, and I feel sorry for them. But jury's still out what to do. But for me, it's fine, and I really hope that people also understand once you start getting on this bus of not playing and burning down whatever is happening and just proving a point. It doesn't stop. Where does it stop? And what happens is you are threatening the ecosystem and the lives of thousands and thousands of people who are connected to this gravy train, and this provides livelihoods. And I feel, this they don't realize, it's easy to stop. But what about those players and athletes and all who prepare for years and years and, they said, okay, not going to play. And then you get disqualified from international events. Unless you can have that kind of lobby where you've got the power to actually get Pakistan ostracized from all these events, then don't go down this road.
You can't do that. You
Yeah.
can't do that. India has to work out. It can't be power.
Yeah, exactly. And then who suffers? Who suffers? People are happy not playing. They carry on. Thousands of people's livelihood is threatened. Who gains from this? And that's why I say, if our government has taken a decision, they must have thought about all these things. You are not smarter than them. I will just go and believe in them and I will follow what they decide. If the government says don't play, of course, I'll be the first person. But if they are saying, and who are you trying to be more loyal than the king, which is the problem?
Atul, while we are debating about the legends walking out, there is an overwhelming debate going on in India about them having shown the way to other cricketers, the Team India cricketers. The question really to you is what the legends did. Why are the Team India cricketers unable to do the same thing?
You cannot. If you've signed on to play for BCCI and to play the tournaments, if you turn up there and you can't say we're not going to play because that decision has been taken already. This is out of your hand. If you don't want to play, you have to tell the board that don't pick me. I will not play against Pakistan. Let me see how many players do that. I want to see that. And then the egg on the face will be on these legends because they are not covered by all this thing. They can afford to do that because there are 10 more gigs coming down the road. But if an Indian player selected by Indian team and Indian board has decided, Indian government has decided to give the mandate to play in the Asia Cup with Pakistan in a multi-nation tournament, in a multi-nation sports event, if India-Pakistan plays, so be it. It's a necessary evil. What to do? So I want to see that. It's not going to happen. So that's what I'm saying. Don't try to be more loyal than the king and jump the gun.
Also, when it comes to the players playing the Asia Cup, tell us a little bit about the kind of pressure that they are going to feel after all this white noise around them.
This noise has been on since 1952 when we started playing, by the way. So we sulked in the middle, we stopped playing, then we started playing again. And unfortunately, at that time, we took pride at cricketers that we are flag bearers, whenever things get better, we are the first ones to start the relationship. And, and people also used to think that this is the kind of optics that if things are getting better, we start playing cricket, And it got better also. But I know for sure that our neighbors are not gonna, they're not gonna turn around. They're gonna be like this only because I feel sorry for them also because they don't have a say, and because the rhetoric and the ecosystem in Pakistan thrives on this, thrives on anti-India. And, Shahid Afridi said stupid things and he had to because he has to live there. If you have to be cozy to the generals, you have to be seen to be doing this thing, and he has got no say in that because, all the countries in the world have got an army. And Pakistan is the only place where army has got a country. What to do?
True. I'll also have to ask you with relation to WCL, there's one Indian sponsor who's My Trip, who's saying that they're not going to sponsor Pakistan events. What does that mean? They're not sponsoring the matches that Pakistan is playing? Or they're against India, Pakistan, because I have seen their branding on the player jerseys. How can they take that off?
I know. Because, once they back this tournament, they never realize is this going to happen. And then suddenly to back out because, it's already done. So they can, at this point, going with the public feeling, detach themselves from the Pakistani matches, which is fair enough. Because they feel, because they have to be standing with the public, players is different thing. But if they back the tournament where 5 other countries are playing, India is playing, and one country is an irritant, you can abstain from that part of the program, and it's fair enough. And I feel sorry for them also because their investment and their skin in the game will not be rewarded. They will stand to lose a lot of money. But still, if they've decided that, hats off to them.
No, so how will this work out? When Pakistan plays, they are going to take off the branding from their jersey?
Yes, no, it's just not the jersey thing. Jerseys are done. You can put a tape on it. I mean, nobody's gonna just go to this kind of micro, bullying. But I'm just saying that when the match goes on, when we say that the properties are there, there's a certain easement boundaries or all that, that can be removed from the thing because and that is the only thing they can do. It's symbolic. So don't go in the the fine print, and just see the motive behind it. And I agree with that because there's nothing more you can do.
While we are talking about the match on the 14th, which is in Asia Cup, possibly there could be three matches in the Asia Cup and a fourth with Indian women taking on the Pakistani women for the during the World Cup. Atul, with
Yeah,
so much at stake between India
yeah.
and Pakistan, tell us a little bit about what should how should the fans really position themselves? It seems that there are a bunch of mature fans who are reacting in a very mature way, but there is a sizable bunch who still don't know where to position themselves.
Well, mature fans is an oxymoron, by the way, because fan is a short form of fanatics. So you see, even when what I have said this today, I will get a lot of hate mail, and thanks to you, but I don't care because I have to say what comes to my mind first. But anyway, I mean, having said that, I think I hope and pray that some people see the other side of point of view. Sometimes you get so much into the hyperbole and in the frenzy that you forget to see the other angle to the. I hope that we can put it across that if India has to play in a World Cup and if India says we're not going to play Pakistan, you are out of the World Cup. I mean, is it possible? That's why the government has given a lot of thought to it. And I would always stand with the government. I don't care about the jingoistic comments of the fans and all. It doesn't matter because they don't care. They will just write certain stupid shit, stupid things on social media and then get on with their lives. But if you keep on thinking about what they've said and what they want, then the life cannot go on. Because life can go on because now if Indian government has allowed the Pakistani hockey team to come to India, I mean, this guy cannot be bigger signal that this is a necessary evil which we cannot abstain from. Because imagine if they don't allow Pakistan to come, India can be knocked out from the Olympic qualifiers, and India is bidding for Olympics. So there's a whole
Yeah.
chain of events. It's going to be snowball into it. People don't understand that, and it's
Ecosystem.
very easy to burn things down. It's very difficult to build things.
Atul, you've been in the middle of contests like India and Pakistan. When such things really are at the backdrop of a contest,
Yeah,
how do
yeah.
the players react? Does it really matter to the players, or on the day it really doesn't matter to them? They completely shut themselves out of such conversation.
I tell you, earlier on when I played against Pakistan also, and then I've been commentating, I felt there was there's the extra edge, and the edge is that if I do well against Pakistan, I can be overnight star. If I don't do well against Pakistan, I can be the culprit. That kind of hidden fear is there. But with the Pakistani players, we've been very cordial because we play in counties, we play here and there, and we're friends off the field. But people have construed this match and this India-Pakistan cricket match as life and death, as war on Wagah border, which is
War
wrong.
minus
And
shooting. Yeah.
and players have lived with it. But suddenly, let me be very honest. I so because last year we were here and we were very cordial. We were standing and we had dinner with all the Pakistani players. And now I'm in the same hotel. Indian team is different in a different. This morning I just went for breakfast and Shahid Afridi and everybody moving around. I feel very awkward and I was just okay. And I know these friends and I said no to them. And they have been coming to say what's wrong with you. So then I said no because I suddenly feel that that kind of thing which I can control, I can do that. But if I have to play, I'll play. But if I feel a rage against the whole concept of your nation or you, even if you're my friend, I feel awkward.
So you as a commentator, even in the commentator ecosystem, you're feeling awkward about interacting with the Pakistanis?
Yeah, yeah. So I've been abstaining from any interviews. I'll not do with Pakistani cricketers and all that. I'm not doing any toss or something. I'm not interacting. I'm just doing my job in the com box. That's it.
Okay, okay. Where do you let me conclude by asking you, where do you see the future of the India Pakistan contests go? Because our generation have
Even not the
seen.
contest between Rafael and F-16, right?
No, but not Rafael and
All right,
F-16,
all right.
but But India, Pakistan, my generation has still seen Test cricket between India and
Yeah,
Pakistan. I've
yeah,
seen Sachin Tendulkar bowl
yeah,
at Shoaib
yeah,
Akhtar, but I've also seen a generation like Virat Kohli and Rohit
yeah.
Sharma not go to Pakistan to play
Yes, yes.
cricket. Will,
Yeah, that is not
people.
important. That is not important. What is important? You're right. The Test cricket, forget about it. I am dead against doing anything bilateral with them at this point, unless the government finds it. And things are not going to get better. Whenever things we feel get better, something happens. And I realize that ये सुधरेंगे नहीं. तो ये करना ही नहीं है. Anything that gives them joy and benefit. I feel.
Then you are saying that you are okay. You're saying
No, no,
on
I'm
one
okay.
hand
I'm
you're
okay.
okay with playing India playing
Okay with
Pakistan in
what to do.
multilateral,
It's
but no Test cricket.
in multi-nation. I have to play. There's no way out. You understand what I'm saying? But bilaterally, I don't want to do anything
Yeah.
with them. I'm against anything that gives them benefit and joy. I want to deprive them of everything. But you have to think in those lines. So imagine I'm here and I'm here also, and I'm being practical about it. Where I have to survive, I have to go. Now India is not playing semi-finals, so they've lost the championship. India was champion last year. So imagine that. So I have this is necessary evil. I have to do.
Yeah. They're
I have to
forfeited
take
nothing.
chemotherapy to kill my cancer cells, because my good cells will die also. What to do? I have to survive. But if I have to play just one-on-one, because Indian ecosystem can survive without not playing Pakistan because we are thriving. We have as a country also. They don't have anything. So they need this to survive, right? And I want to deprive them of this. So bilateral, don't even think about it. Forget about Test cricket. Just think World Cup and wherever we can. But this kind of match fixing is happening, where India, Pakistan, same pool, and hope and pray the round robin goes in, and then one plays four, and then you have a second match, and hope and pray you reach the final. So it's like wishing for a three match series with Pakistan, camouflaged by Asia Cup.
Yeah. What do you really what is your comment towards that the organizers are fixing India Pakistan matches?
Yeah, okay. That is again a gray area where I understand both aspects of it. And as they say, I can't live with you, I can't live without you. What to do? Because the kind of revenue generated by this contest, wherever it is, multination, in Asia Cup, wherever, feeds the world cricket's finances for the whole year. So then I think about the 20, 30,000 people, involved in the ecosystem of just getting fed and paid and making a living because of this. So here you go.
Right. So Pakistan, a necessary evil that we have to live with. Thank you very much, Atul, for joining us on Tea Toast Sport with all your brilliant thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.